In this video, we're going to show you how to change your transfer case fluid and keep everything working smoothly. Let's get to it. If your car has four-wheel drive, you'll have a transfer case like on our Jeep. The transfer case allows you to switch between 2- and 4-wheel drive and is located between the rear drive shaft and the gearbox, with a drive shaft running to the front to power the front wheels. It's important to change your transfer case fluid regularly because over time, the old fluid will lose its viscosity and get saturated with metal particles, which prevents the fluid from properly lubricating the gears. If you keep driving like this, you'll eventually destroy the gears inside, causing your transfer case to fail. To change your transfer case fluid and prevent all this from happening, all you need is some basic tools. You'll need an Allen or hex key to remove the drain and fill plug, or a wrench with a hex bit, which is a lot faster and easier to use. You'll also need a torque wrench to correctly tighten the bolts again afterwards. And if the drain or fill plugs are really tight, you might need a breaker bar to break them loose. And finally, you'll need a fluid pump to fill the transfer case with fresh fluid. Before doing anything else, you always need to first check if you can open the fill plug. Otherwise, you'll drain the transfer case without being able to fill it back up, and you can't drive with an empty transfer case. The fill bolt was pretty stuck in there, but after some persuasion, we got it to move. And with the fill plug loose, we can now do the rest. On our Jeep, the transfer case is located above the skid plate, so to drain it, we're going to remove the plate to avoid making a mess on there. Before we can take the skid plate off, we got to make sure that either the drive shaft on this side is supported or that the gearbox on this side is supported. That's because they all normally are supported by the skid plate. And if we don't support that weight here or back there, it's all going to flex down, which isn't great, and makes removing and installing the skid plate a lot harder. After supporting the weight, removing the 4 small bolts in the middle and 3 large bolts on each side, we can lower our skid plate and remove it. Then take out the fill plug. If your transfer case was filled correctly, it should slightly drip out, or the fluid level should be right below the edge of the fill hole, which you can check with your finger. With the fill plug removed, it's time to take out the drain plug. But make sure you have a catch can underneath it so the old fluid doesn't spill onto the ground. If the drain bolt is stuck and you can't get it loose with your wrench like in our case, you need to grab a breaker bar to get some extra leverage and break it loose. Then you can remove it further and take it out. After taking out the drain bolt, let it drain until it starts to drip and then close it back up again. Tighten the bolt to the right spec with a torque wrench and you're ready to fill the transfer case with fresh fluid. Put the fluid pump nozzle in the fill hole and start pumping. You can find the correct type of fluid your transfer case needs in your car's owner's manual, but usually it will be automatic transmission fluid. Then just keep pumping until fluid starts to come out of the fill hole. You can always check with your finger if the fluid level is really at the fill hole and it's not just a drop that leaked from the fluid pump nozzle. Put the fill plug back in hand tight and wipe off the excess fluid. Grab your torque wrench and tighten it to the correct specs as mentioned in your owner's manual. Finally, degrease the area and you're done. That's all there is to it. Now you know how to change your transfer case fluid. Thanks for watching. More videos are on the way, so be sure to like, comment, and share this video. It really helps us out a lot. Our content wouldn't be possible without the amazing support of our patrons and YouTube channel members, whose crew you can join via the links in the description to see our schedule, vote on future videos, get behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, and much more. This is Classic Car Maintenance, and we'll see you on the next one.